All right. So what I wanted to do today is talk about what I think is one of the biggest errors people make, especially when they're about 13, 14, they're about a year seven level. They've just gone into high school. They're doing algebra for the first time, and they're a bit confused about how letters go together and how they can move around. So let's think. Let's start with something like 2 minus 5. I feel like most of my students would be able to say that 2 minus 5 is, well, you just start at 2. So we're at 2 down here. Take away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's fine. That's sort of a cursory understanding of what's going on. We need to level up our understanding a bit because when we get to letters, we need to know about this type of thing in lots of detail. So really what we need to be aware of is that we actually did 2 take away positive 5 because you've got an operation here. And there's lots of ways to think about it. And we really need to drill down into it. So we're really taking away 2 take away positive 5, which is negative 3. So let's see what that looks like. We're taking away positive 5, and that equals negative 3. Okay. I'm at 2 levels of happiness. Someone comes along and takes away 5 of my happiness units. I'm now at negative 3 units of happiness. I'm taking away something positive. So in this case, 2 minus positive 5 is negative 3. So again, that's going to look like, if we change the color now, we're at 2. We're taking away positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get negative 3. Now that's only one other way I could have shown it. There's actually 2 other ways we can still represent the same thing. Let's have a look at the next one. Negative 5 plus 2. Well, this is what I really want people to understand is this minus 5, this minus is not just an operation, it is attached to that 5. And I think that's fundamentally what students struggle to understand. That minus there, yes, it's an operation, it gets taught as an operation, but really that is 2 plus negative 5. So another way to think about it is, all right, we can just move this around a little bit. It's negative 5 plus 2. And let's see what that looks like if I change the color here. So we're starting at negative 5 now. We're starting at negative 5, so we're here. And then we're going to add 2. So we're going to go 1, 2. So you can see that negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. So we get the same result. Okay, and then if we look at the next one, it's actually another way to write it. See if you can think about what it is. But we could also write 2 plus negative 5. So in this case, we're at 2. We're starting at 2. Okay, we're adding negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're at negative 3. All of these things are the same thing, which is really what I'm trying to emphasize. But this, not understanding questions like this in lots of detail, really lets students down because ultimately what we want to get to is an understanding that something like negative x plus 5 is the same as 5 minus x. And I really encourage you to think about why that's the case. But that certainly is the case. And we wanted to develop this sort of intuition for why that might be true. And it's probably one of the biggest errors I see. And I think the error comes from teaching, not to cast doubt on my fellow teachers, but the way we teach addition and subtraction is as operations. When you get to algebra, you really need to understand that the sign is attached to that number. In some sense, everything is addition. Some numbers are just negative. So for example, 2 minus 5 is really 2 plus negative 5. So maybe I'm just going crazy a bit, but it's just something that comes up all the time and just lets students down. So that's my rant over. Good luck with all your studies.